You ever walk past a boba stand at a farmer's market and think, how hard can it really be to sell flavored drinks to people who are already in a good mood? Turns out, harder than it looks, but also completely learnable, and that is exactly what we are doing today. A drink menu is not just a list of what you can make, it is a story you are telling in about 10 seconds to someone who is already walking away. Let's start with the most common mistake new vendors make. They try to offer everything. You have seen those menus with 47 options, 3 font sizes, and a lamination so scratched you cannot even read it. Do not be that person. A tight menu of 5 to 8 drinks actually sells more because it removes decision paralysis, which is the scientific way of saying people freeze up like a Windows Vista computer when you give them too many choices. Here is something wild to think about. Your menu is doing the selling before you say a single word. The moment someone glances at your stand, they are scanning for something familiar enough to feel safe but interesting enough to feel exciting. And your job is to land right in that sweet spot. Think of it like a playlist. You need a classic hit, a crowd pleaser, and one track that makes people go, wait, what is that? Naming your drinks is honestly where the magic happens, and it is wildly underrated. Strawberry lemonade is fine, but sunset squeeze with the same exact recipe makes people take a photo before they even taste it. Social media is basically free advertising, and a name that sounds like a vibe will do more marketing work than any flyer you print. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where new vendors either survive or silently spiral. You want to cover your ingredient cost, your time, your setup fees, and still make a profit? So if your cup of boba costs you $1.50 to make, charging $2 is not a business, it is a charitable donation. Most successful pop-up drink vendors aim for a food cost between 20 and 30% of the sale price, which means a drink that costs you $1.50 to make should sell for around $5 to $7. Seasonal anchoring is one of the sneakiest and most effective tricks in the vendor playbook. If it is summer, you lean into cold, tart, refreshing flavors with names that make people feel like they are on a beach even if they are standing in a parking lot in 92-degree heat. If you ever do a fall market, swap 1 or 2 drinks to something warm and spiced, because nothing sells faster than the feeling of a season. Here is where a lot of people get confused. They think a drink menu has to be all original creations. Spoiler, it does not. And chasing pure originality can actually hurt you because people like to know roughly what they are getting before they commit $4 to $6 to a stranger. The smart play is to anchor your menu with 1 or 2 universally known drinks and then add your own twist, like a classic lemonade spiked with lavender or a brown sugar boba with a salted cream foam top. Think about your hero drink, that one item you want every single customer to order and talk about later. Every strong menu has one, kind of like how every fast food chain has that one thing people drive out of their way for. Your hero drink should be photogenic, easy to describe in one sentence, and something you can make consistently fast without losing your mind during a rush. Let's not ignore the visual side of your menu because how it looks is part of the sell. A handwritten chalkboard with cute little illustrations, it's different than a crumpled piece of paper in a plastic sleeve. One says, "I care about this," and the other says, "I found this in my car." You do not have to be an artist. Even a clean, simple printed card in a nice frame communicates professionalism and makes people trust you before they taste anything. Customization is a double-edged sword that you need to handle carefully. Offering sweetness levels and ice levels, like most boba shops do, gives customers control and makes them feel seen. But if you let people modify everything, you will have a line of 17 people all staring at you waiting for their half-sweet no-ice oat milk extra jelly but only the square ones drink. Keep customization simple, 1 or 2 options per drink max, and communicate those options clearly up front. Real talk. Your best market research is eavesdropping on your own customers. When someone walks up and immediately points to one drink without even reading the rest, that is your hero confirming its status. When someone reads the whole menu, makes a face, and walks away, that is a signal that something is confusing or the price-to-description ratio is off somewhere. Here's an honest lesson a lot of first-time vendors learn the hard way. Launching with every item on day 1 is a trap. Start with 3 to 4 drinks, get really fast at making them, listen to what people say, and then expand slowly as you learn what your specific crowd actually wants. It is way better to crush 3 drinks than to halfway execute 8 of them while someone films you struggling. Do not underestimate the power of a simple upsell built right into the menu. A phrase like "add a flavor shot for $1" or "upgrade to large for 50 cents more" is not pushy. It is just good menu design that gently guides people to spend a little more while feeling like they got a deal. The best upsells feel like gifts, not sales tactics. The coolest part about running a pop-up drink stand is that your menu gets to evolve. It is not carved in stone like a restaurant that has been serving the same soup since 1992. Every market is a data point, every sold-out item is a signal, and every "do you have anything sugar-free" is a product idea hiding in a question. You are basically running a live focus group every weekend, and that is genuinely one of the most powerful things about the pop-up format. So the next time you are staring at a blank page wondering what to put on your menu, remember that simplicity, storytelling, and a little bit of strategic personality will always outperform a massive list of options with no soul. Your menu should feel like you, curated, confident, and a little bit fun. If you want to learn more about how we can help your vendor business grow, check out the links in the description.